If you've ever bought a stock thinking, I'll just stay flexible and decide later if it drops, this video is just for you, because here at VectorVest, we've watched this exact same behavior destroy otherwise great trades for decades. Most investors don't get hurt because they've never heard of a stop loss. No, they get hurt because they make the sell decision after the emotions get involved in the trade. And the problem with that is simple. The moment a stock starts falling is usually the worst possible time to decide where you're willing to sell. So today, I'm going to show you a simple framework to help you to define your line in the sand before the trade ever exists, so you can stay calm, protect your capital, and stop making emotional decisions when the pressure rises. Let's get into it. One of the biggest frustrations investors have is this. You buy a stock, it drops a little, and suddenly your thinking changes. At first, you had conviction. Then the stock gets close where you know you probably should sell, and now the internal conversation starts. It'll bounce. It's just a rough day. I don't want to sell at the bottom. Let me give it just one more day. Does any of that sound familiar? And what was supposed to be a small, manageable loss quietly turns into something much bigger. We see this happen all the time, not because investors are unintelligent, no, but because they waited until the trade became emotional before deciding when to sell. A sell plan is not pessimistic. It's simply protective. Think of it like a guardrail on a mountain road. The guardrail isn't there because you expect to crash. No, it's there simply so that way you can avoid one mistake and make sure that one mistake does not become catastrophic. That's exactly what your line in the sand is supposed to do. The best time to decide your exit is before the trade ever exists. The exit should be decided while you're thinking clearly and calm, not while the stock is falling. Because once emotions get involved, most investors stop following their rules and start negotiating with themselves. That's why we use what we call the line in the sand framework. These simple rules to help investors stay in control before emotions ever take over. Rule number one, know your exit before you enter. Before you ever buy a stock, you should already know what would tell me this trade is just no longer working anymore. That's important because your sell decision is actually part of the buy decision. Your trade is incomplete until you know where you're wrong. A lot of investors spend their energy thinking about upside potential, but disciplined investors think about the risk first, not because they expect every trade to fail, but because they understand protecting capital is what keeps you in the game long enough for compounding to work. It's like having a fire exit plan. You don't wait for the building to be on flames, right? You're not going to wait till the fire is already in place. You know where the exits are ahead of time. You decide while everything is calm. So that way when emergencies happen, you can react. Rule number two, the line only works if you respect it when tested. This is where most investors struggle. The stock gets close to their stop price, and suddenly the line starts moving. No, you give it a little more room, a little wiggle room, then a little more. Then suddenly the line in the sand was never really a line at all. It was just a hope, and hope That's never a strategy. A rule only protects you if it still exists when emotions show up. That's why disciplined investors try to make these decisions before pressure enters the picture. Because once fear gets involved, people can talk themselves into almost anything. Rule number 3, never enter a trade you're unwilling to exit. This one is deeper than it sounds. For all of my bag holders out there, if the stop feels impossible to honor, that's usually a warning sign before the trade even begins. Maybe the position too large. Maybe emotionally you already decided the trade has to work. It just has to, hoping it does. Maybe you're too attached to the story behind the company. But disciplined investors understand this. Every trade is simply a probability, not a promise. And if you're unwilling to accept a small loss, you often expose yourself to a much bigger one later. Now, here's the good news. This doesn't have to be overcomplicated. No. Before entering any trade, simply ask yourself these 3 questions. What would tell me this trade is failing? What exactly is my line in the sand? And am I fully willing to honor that line if it gets tested? That's it. That's simple, practical, rules-based. And when you start thinking this way, something important changes. You stop reacting emotionally to the market because many of the hardest decisions were already made ahead of time. Now, let me show you how this looks inside the market launchpad, because this is where a lot of investors get stuck. They understand the idea of a stop price. They understand they should have a line in the sand when it comes to their trade. But then they ask the hard question. Where should that line actually go? Some investors use a fixed percentage. They'll say, I'll sell if I'm down 8, 10%, whatever it may be. That is better than having no plan. But here's the problem. Stocks, they don't all move the same way. Some stocks, nice steady eddies. Some as volatile as can be. Some have stronger fundamentals than the other stocks. Some are much weaker. So if you use the same stop for every stock out there, you are treating very different stocks as if they were identical. This is why we like to use the VectorVest stop price, especially for position trades. The VectorVest stop price is an objective line in the sand. It is not based on your emotions. It is not based on a guess. It is not simply a random percentage below your purchase price. It is designed to account for the stock's safety, fundamentals, and the trend behind the stock itself. And for position trades, that matters, because with position trades, we are not trying to sell every normal pullback. Good stocks breathe, they pull back, they pause, they shake out impatient investors. The goal is never to panic. Every time the stock moves against you, the goal is to stay with the trade while the stock is still behaving normally and exit when the behavior becomes abnormal. So now let me show you what this means. While inside the market launchpad, the VectorVest stop price is the price level that tells us when the stock is no longer acting the way it should. It's not just a random percentage below your buy price. It is based on the stock's behavior, its safety, its fundamentals, and its price trend. That matters because stocks do not all move the same way. A safer, steadier stock may deserve more room. A weaker, more volatile stock may need tighter control. That is why we do not like one size fits all stops for positions and trades. So let me show you some examples. When utilizing the VectorVest stop price for position trades, we are not trying to sell every wiggle. Good stocks breathe. They pull back, they pause, they shake people out. The purpose of the stop is to give the stock enough room to behave normally while still giving us clear exit if the trade stops working. We see Micron during this time frame, nice price action, lower left, upper right, several pullbacks in between here, but we notice the blue line being the stop price calculated by VectorVest, keeping investors on the right side of the Micron trade. And this is exactly what we want to see. Price is staying above the stop price and the gap is not collapsing. That tells us the stock is still behaving favorably. This is supported by the founder material. If price is above the stop price and the difference is widening, the stock is behaving favorably. If the reverse is true, the investor should be on the guard. Here is an example of Circle, CRCL. This is a great example of when price action goes below our stop price. And this is where the decision gets hard emotionally. But the rule exists for this exact moment. The stock is no longer doing what we hired it to do. If we first notice price action crossed below our stop price, giving a sell recommendation by August 5th, 2025, price action was around 160.36, giving ample warning to investors of the dangers ahead. For the third example, I have two stocks side by side. I've got Qubits and I've got Apple. Now, a flat 10% stop price would treat these two stocks as if they were identical, but they are not. Position trading works better when your risk line respects the actual character of the stock. Taking a look at Qubits, our stop price is at $20.07, while the close is currently at $25.76. That's roughly a 25% stop, giving the stock ample wiggle room for continued growth. Now, the other stock, Apple, currently trading at $304.97 with a stop of $268.44. That is roughly around 12%. About half that allotted for Qubits. And this is exactly why the Market Launchpad utilizes proprietary stops for each stock in the database. If you want help building more rules-based investing processes, including how to define your line in the sand before entering trades, check out the Market Launchpad. I put a link in the description below. And remember, the best time to decide your exit is before the trade ever exists. See you in the next video.